What is up, ninjas? My name is Sam World. Today we're gonna be doing the DAW Tier List of 2019 inspired by iDubbbz and hee. Yeah! Alright guys, now today's video is inspired by iDubbbz's fast food tier list, and I wanted to do one for the DAWs, alright? So the DAWs tier list, guys, is gonna characterize the DAWs from the most overpowered to the okay ones, to the really bad ones, to the shitty ones. Now half of these DAWs I have used before, and for the ones that I haven't used, I have done a little bit of extensive research on what they offer. I've looked at the reviews from the current users, the pros, the cons of them, in order to make this the best DAW tier list out there for 2019. Now if you're the type of guy that takes everything someone says in a video personally and takes everything up front like that, then this video is for you, baby, because I want you to leave down a comment below on what you think. If you agree, what's your DAW you're using, let me know, guys. But without further ado, let's get into this DAW tier list of 2019. Ableton Live 10. Now first up on the list, guys, is going to be the DAW that I am currently using, and that is going to be Ableton Live 10, baby. Now Ableton Live 10 is the Mercedes, it's the Gucci of the music production world, guys. If you want to flex, this is the DAW for you. Walk into a bar, guys, open up that laptop, open up your Live 10, because the moment you do that, people will pass by, they will see what's up, they'll go, damn, this guy is balling. Instant sex, so this makes it at the top of the tier list. Now S is the highest rating a DAW will be able to get on this tier list, guys, and Ableton is definitely leading the way when it comes to the DAW race, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Now Ableton is going to be one of the best audio manipulation softwares out there in terms of time stretching, doing crazy things with the sampler and simpler, creating vocal leads, making a check-in into a lead for your song, farting into the mic, and making a bass out of it. It has such a good amount of audio manipulation stuff, great effects. Creators of the OTT, baby, making your leads sound fat since 2012. Another good thing going for Ableton is that it's a very popular DAW, and there's a lot of tutorials out there. Hell, my channel is all revolved around Ableton tutorials, guys, so there's going to be a lot of good stuff out there for people wanting to learn more, wanting to feed off other people's ideas, or if you're just beginning, there's a lot of great content out there for Ableton. Now this DAW tier list is also going to be heavily influenced by the people that use it. Now Ableton's going to have users like Skrillex, we have Virtual Riot, we have Kashmir, we have Webba, we have Chris Lake, we have, you know, a lot of great producers using it right now. You can even say Deadmau5. So it's definitely a synth that if you're the type that wants to use one of the best of the best, the most popular out there, and that's what you're about, and you're willing to dish out some money and you want to flex, Ableton's gonna be for you, and it deserves a spot at the S tier for sex. Fruity Loops, oh yeah. Now next up on the list, guys, it's gonna be the Honda, the Haynes of the music production world, bro. I've had a Haynes shirt for 10 years. It has no fucking hole in it, and I got a big ass. Now FL Studio, guys, is gonna be the Honda, the Haynes of the music production world, okay? Honda cars are amazing, they're reliable, but a lot of people don't like to get them because, one, they're not as luxurious and they're not as flashy, but hey, they do the job right, and that's what FL is all about. It's gonna be the most smart decision you can make for your first DAW. Great affordability, amazing producers that use it are gonna include the likes of Avicii, rest in peace, Martin Garrix, Brooks, we got Dyro with the stereo subs, dog. Every goddamn hip-hop producer out there making beats out of their mama's house. FL is gonna have great effects, great synthesizers like Harmer. Hell, it even has a little girl that dances for you, baby. No more Pornhub for you, dog. No more those loud ads that they knock on the damn window and your send session is ruined.
Hey, are you seriously watching YouTube videos all by yourself?
Now when it comes to tutorials available out there, FL Studio is going to be at the top of that. You're going to have FLP Remix with stolen presets, stolen samples, and if you're using any of mine, I will find you. And I will kill you. You're gonna have a lot of source out there to learn, to make good music with it. So FL is definitely gonna be at the top of this tier list, guys, and it's gonna be up there with Ableton in the S tier for sex. I think the only bad thing about FL is that I don't really like the audio manipulation in it, and I don't like the workflow in it, but it's definitely up there. But if you're looking for workflow, Ableton's definitely gonna be a lot better for that, and everything else, it's gonna be up to taste. And we're gonna move on to the next DAW. Reason 10, Reason 10, baby. Now the next DAW on this list, guys, is gonna be Reason 10, and this is gonna be the tuner / muscle car of the music production world. Why? Because it's a DAW that revolves around analog gear. If you like to see the way things work, the signal routing of stuff, aka the way that plugins are arranged, if you want to be able to do whatever the hell you want, like grab a cable from one end and put it into itself, you know, DP the compressor, put cables all in those damn holes, you can route the cables all over the place. It's definitely crazy at what you can do with it. That's what it has going for it. It has an amazing synth called DAW, which is a polyphonic synth. And what other synth out there can say they named after an Avenger? You tell me, my man. Now Reason holds a special place in my heart because it's one of the first DAWs that I actually learned inside and out. The bad thing about it, however, is that it's not beginner friendly due to the whole analog routing thing. You know, it's not as fast as Ableton, as FL, but it's definitely pretty good. I would not consider it in the top of the top sexy tier. I would consider it more either A or B tier, and that's where we're gonna be placing it. And that is gonna be it for Reese. The next DAW we have on the list, guys, is gonna be Logic Pro X. Now, Logic Pro X is gonna be the Infinity, the Cadillac, the Lexus of the music production world. Majority of the Apple fanboys will be using this as it comes with the DAW, and it's not that expensive after you buy that expensive ass MacBook Pro. If you're gonna be using Logic, you're not gonna collab that often, okay? Not a lot of people are using it as much as Ableton or FL, and the fact that you're on the Mac and you can't be on a Windows definitely makes it harder to collab with someone. However, Logic Pro X is going to be a good damn DAW to start off, to master. You have amazing effects in there. I think you have like one of the best compressors that I have heard. You have ES2, man. You have amazing effects. It's way better at recording than Ableton and FL Studio. So if you're the type of guy recording the sexy vocalist in the studio and then getting it on, you know, this is going to be a good DAW for you. And when it comes to the people that use this, you're going to have people like Alesso. You're going to have Hardwell, Nicky Romero, Armin van Buuren, Dimitri Vegas, and like Mike, if that means anything, hell, Carl Cox, and most importantly, Axwell, the sexiest motherfucking DJ out there in my opinion. Hell, guys, I named my son after Axwell, so if I wasn't using Ableton, this will probably be the DAW I would be in. However, the fact that Axwell uses it and the fact that I named my son after Axwell, I named him Axel, it's not enough to put it at the very top. It's definitely in the top 3. It's definitely in the S tier, but I'm gonna put it below FL. You know, even then, Logic is an amazing DAW, and the only bad thing going for it is that you cannot use it in Windows. So if you're poor, or if you're the type of guy that buys stuff without emotion, without trying to follow the trend, then Logic won't be for you. However, it's a great DAW. I'll give it my respect. It's definitely in the sexy tier, but I can't put it any higher because it's only available to Apple fanboys, and you know how those fuckers are. Bitwig. Now the next DAW on the list, guys, is gonna be the new cat on the block. It's probably gonna be one of the more newer DAWs out there that I know of, and that is gonna be Bitwig. Bitwig is gonna be a modulation monster, and that's what it has going for it. Out of all the DAWs we've talked about, it's best at that, being automations, doing a lot of crazy stuff with modulation. Bitwig essentially is gonna be the son or daughter of Ableton, as some developers left Ableton and created Bitwig. It's gonna be more handsome, more sleeker. However, you guys know when it comes to it, it's not gonna be smarter, it's not gonna be wiser than the elder, than the granddaddy, Ableton. The most notable users it has are going to be people like Chocolate Puma, great future house producers, Mr. Bill, one of the best technical producers and YouTubers out there. He has a lot of dope tutorials with Bitwig, and also Deadmau5 has been known to use it, as well as Sadowik Production from YouTube. It doesn't have a lot of notable users yet, but it's definitely good at what it does. So if you are a hipster and you're against what everyone is doing, then this is the DAW for you, because you can make some fat beats, you can make some sick songs in it, knowing that you're one of the few using Bitwig. And again, this means there's nothing wrong with it. Now, some of the cons I read a lot on some reviews of Bitwig are the fact that some of the effects it has aren't the greatest, and it can be a bit finicky at times. However, what it has going for it as well is that if you're the type of person that wants to use what most people are using, the industry standard stuff, it's definitely not there yet. However, Bitwig is definitely a great DAW if you want to use it. Again, it's not going to be up in the tier list there, but it's definitely a top contender to take the 3 spots away from Ableton and for a Logic. But as of now, out. We'll see what happens, but it's still a great DAW. However, it won't make it that high up on my tier list. Back in my day, Pro Tools was the shit. Now the next DAW we have in the lineup, guys, is going to be Pro Tools, the classic car of the music production DAW world, let's put it that way. You know, it's very heavy on mixing and mastering, and almost every mixing engineer I know that does only that, doesn't produce music, uses it heavily. However, in the EDM world, we can see Pro Tools as that annoying old man that tends to be like, back in my day, music had more soul. Pro Tools is definitely going to be sexy tier when it comes to recording, mixing, and mastering for sure. It has pretty much a history of being the best, one of the industry standards when it comes to that stuff. However, when it comes to EDM production, not a lot of people are using it unless maybe to do a mix and master. Some of the cons and bad things I've read from reviews about Pro Tools from current users is the fact of their new pricing. Now they have a subscription-based thing where you pay $20, $30 a month for it. So in essence, Pro Tools is definitely going to be a good DAW in its own right. However, since this is a more of an EDM production DAW, it's definitely going to be at the very bottom of this tier list. It's going to be but when it comes down to recording, I by no means am questioning that it's good at that. But since this is an EDM production channel, this really doesn't score that high up on my list. It's good at recording farts, but if you want to manipulate audio, just head over to Ableton, baby. Cakewalk so not. Cakewalk so not. The next DAW up on this list, most of you guys probably have never heard of. Now, when it comes to this DAW, this is going to be the fiat of the music production world when it comes to DAWs. It has one of the ugliest looking interfaces I have seen. I've never used it other than their synth, and that thing even looked like a mess. It was the synth called Seta. And from some reviews, a lot of people don't seem to like it and they don't recommend it to EDM producers. So with that being said, I don't think I'm pissing anyone off by putting it at the bottom of the bottom. You know, they can definitely improve, guys, but if you're using it, props to you. You're brave, just like those Instagram models posting half naked in a bikini on the gram. Reaper. The next DAW on this list, guys, is gonna be Reaper. Now, Reaper is gonna be that old ass car you inherited from your parents when you turn 16, okay? Now, Reaper is gonna be free and you can buy it, and it's good for one thing only, getting you from point A to point B without any luxury. You ain't gonna have amazing effects, you ain't gonna have amazing instruments, synths and shit. Nah, forget that, G. That car is gonna take you from point A to point B. However, it's probably gonna be the first DAW where you experience your first, you know, hand-me-down. And if you think anything that is cheap is a good deal, then this is the DAW for you. You know, definitely people can use it with third-party VSTs and whatnot, but what it has to offer out of the box, it's not gonna be the greatest, and it belongs at the bottom. It's about 60, 70 bucks. Definitely, you know, if you're just gonna be putting loops together that you pirated online, might as well use that. That way you don't have to spend a lot of money on you know, Ableton or FL. But come on now, this is just like, this is, you inherit it. It's free, so just use it. Don't mind me, I'm just Presonus Studio One. The next DAW up on the list, guys, is going to be the Toyota of the music production world. Pretty good, but just not as good as Honda. You know, Toyota used to be better than Honda in my opinion. Now Honda's on top. Same thing here. You know, Cakewalk Sonar is not going to be better than FL, but it's definitely a good DAW for sure. I have a lot of students that use Studio One, but one thing I cannot get over when I'm teaching them and they're sharing their damn screen is how fucking clunky and messy it just looks to me. However, if we put my subjective opinion aside, it has a lot of great reviews from the people that use it. It has some good notable users like Chami, Above and Beyond, Rehab, and Headhunters even tried it out. However, if we look at the cons of it, a lot of people have stated that the synthesizers are nothing to fret about. However, it is an awesome synth. It's definitely at the top. And you know, the only bad thing about it for me is that it doesn't look as appealing. Like, it doesn't invite me inside of it to like make some banging beats. It doesn't come in me, you know, it's not that great. However, it is top of the line. It's gonna be up there for sure, but it's not gonna take the spot from FL, Ableton, or Logic. It just can't, and I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is with that one. However, if you're willing to invest time in it, it's definitely a gem there that you can find. You don't have to use the top of the line DAWs for sure, but I'll leave it as that. I think Ableton FL and Logic still got more going for it than this DAW. GarageBand! The next DAW on the list, guys, is GarageBand. Now, this is gonna be the car that you get after you crash the hand-me-down, after you crash Reaper, okay? GarageBand is probably the first DAW we have all used as producers. If we go back to when we were in high school or middle school, when we were in computer class, and we accidentally opened it up and played the damn loop that I used to have, then this is the first DAW that we have created a banger in, okay? Now, when it comes down to it, guys, GarageBand really, it's gonna be at the bottom. It doesn't really offer much, but I've met vocalists that definitely use it just to record their vocals and put some effects and whatnot. But it's gonna be at the bottom. Definitely not as worse as Reaper or as Cakewalk Sonar, but it's definitely not up there. It doesn't have a lot of features. It's good at what it does. It's free, and I feel like it's just a DAW meant for you to buy Logic Pro. It's definitely saying, hey, buy Logic Pro if you want more, for the Apple fanboys. Steinberg Cubase. Now, the next DAW we have has creators that are very notable, and the reason for that is that they created the VST format, and they've created Cubase, which used to be a really good DAW, but recently a lot of people have been complaining about it. Notable users that utilize it said Hans Zimmer. You know, a lot of people have complained about the fact that you have to use a damn dongle, an analog dongle, to utilize it. However, what it has going for it is that it has probably the most plugins that comes with a DAW out there. However, if we look at it down, I don't think Cubase has that much going for it. I feel like it's definitely one of the older DAWs, but it kind of just, you know, it's like an old person. Eventually you can't run as you used to. You can't hang out or keep up with the youngins. So Cubase is definitely not the worst of the worst, somewhere in the middle. That's all I have to say about it, and I am dead. Alright, guys, and that is going to be my official DAW tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you use any of these DAWs and you disagree with me, give me your own tier list down below. You can state your opinions why, or just give me the damn tier list. Hit like on the ones you agree with. If you want to talk shit because I talk shit on your DAW, that is totally fine too. More comments, more views, or whatever the fuck YouTube works. But with that being said, ninjas, this was a fun video for me to make. I haven't made one like this in a while, but next week we're going to go back to the original videos where I'm just my boring self teaching boring educational stuff. But whenever I get inspired to make these, I'll for sure make them, so just know this side of me still does exist. And I'll catch you guys later. As always, if you want to support my channel, evilsounds.com, you can find my samples and presets. And again, if you're using them in FLP Remix and give them away for free, I will find you and I will fucking OTT your ass.